Cosmocast live 24 hours a day with, of course, local access periodically. Programming you're about to see will actually accelerate your evolution 10 lifetimes per viewing. Cosmocast live 24 hours a day with, of course, local access periodically. Programming you're about to see will actually accelerate your evolution 10 lifetimes per viewing.
I guess you all know that
Cosmocast live 24 hours a day.
Well, now really, when we go back then to falling in love and say it's crazy, falling. We don't say rising into love. There is in it the idea of the fall. Taking this ghastly risk is the condition of there being life. You see, for all life is an act of faith. The moment you take a step, you do so on an act of faith because you don't know that the floor is not going to give under your feet. The moment you take a journey, what an act of faith. Any kind of undertaking in relationship, what an act of faith. You've given yourself up. This is the most powerful thing that can be done. Surrender.
Cosmocast live 24 hours a day with, of course, local access periodically. Programming you're about to see will actually accelerate your evolution 10 lifetimes per viewing.
I guess you all
See,
know
and love
that
is an act of surrender to another person. Total abandonment. I give myself. That's quite mad, because you see, it's letting things get out of control. All sensible people keep things in control. Watch it, watch it, watch it. Police, security, vigilance, watch it. Guards, watch it. Who's going to watch the guards?
Who's going to watch
Actually,
the gods?
What is really sensible is to let go, is to commit oneself, to give oneself up, and that's quite mad. So we come to the strange conclusion that in madness lies sanity.
When you fall in love with somebody else and you trust them, they may, as a matter of fact, not fulfill your expectations. There will be disappointments and failures and disasters as a result of taking these risks. It's a gamble. But that risk has to be taken.
It has to be taken, my friends.
The
Come on
alternative
in.
to taking that risk is much worse than trusting and being deceived.
We're killing off all the negative energy in here.
Kenosis is a Greek word meaning self-emptying,
Letting all the cacophony go.
and thereby conferred freedom of will and the power to love human beings. And
Oh, yeah, just let it
people
all out.
who give the power
let it all
away
out.
are tremendously strong personalities, because the more they have given it up, the more they get it. You know, you do this complete let-off of control. It's a lovely, irresponsible state to be in.
A lovely, irresponsible state to be in, says the voice of Alan Watts. Come on in, kick off your shoes, relax a while. The doors are open. We'll let the wind and the grass blow in.
What I am involves what you are. If I am I because you are you, and you are you because I am I, then I am not I and you are not you. In other words, we are not separate. You know, you can't, for example, have two sticks. You lean two sticks against each other and they stand up because they support each other. Take one away and the other falls.
Cosmocast live
And so in
24
exactly
hours a
that
day
way,
with, of course,
we and
local
our
access
environment
periodically. Programming
and
you're
all
about
of
to
us
see will
and each other
actually
are
accelerate your
interdependent
evolution
systems. We
10 lifetimes per viewing.
I guess you all know that every one of you is watching a different show, and to provide better programming, we are watching you. Watch.
Cosmocast live 24 hours a day with, of course, local access periodically. Programming you're about to see will actually accelerate your evolution 10 lifetimes per viewing.
I guess you all know that every one of you is watching a different show, and to provide better programming, we are watching you. Watch.
Perfectly every direction of the approach of the loud bird machine.
You see, if you're not going to laugh at me, you're not going to laugh at me, laugh for little Johnny. Little Johnny was in the hospital tonight and can't laugh because he has no lips. You know, no, I'm teasing. I'm full of...
He's just teasing, folks. Or is he?
Lumpy appendages are often torn away. Left
Come on in, relax, kick off your shoes. The whole point of this is that we are here, my friends, to have a good time.
None of this makes sense to you. It may already
be too late. Don't forget, if none of this makes sense to you,
none of this too late.
it may already be too late.
In terms of other people. We all love together. And therefore, that what you call the external world is as much you as your own body.
The external world is as much you as your own body. Ha!
Love is not something that is a sort of rare commodity. Everybody has it. Existence is love. Because you see, in tying up love in knots and becoming incapable of it, you can't destroy this energy. When you won't love and you won't let it out, the thing comes out in the form of self-destruction. So everybody has the force running. The thing is, first of all, to get it moving.
To get your love
to
moving.
Follow whatever kind of love you have in the first place. The first thing then is to discover what indeed you do love,
Smurfity Smurf.
if anything, and you will find there is something. And then
come on in.
Go into the nature of that.
Just getting the seats
now,
all
it's said
warmed up.
that selfish people love themselves. I would say that that is really a misunderstanding of the whole thing. If you explore what you love when you say you love yourself, you will make the startling discovery that everything you love is something which you thought was other than yourself. You suddenly discover that yourself is bigger than you thought it was.
You suddenly discover that yourself is bigger than you thought it was. Isn't that amazing? Alan Watts, come on, folks.
The approach of the loud bird machine.
You see, you're not going to laugh for me. You're not going to laugh for me. Laugh for little Johnny. Little Johnny who's in the hospital tonight and can't laugh because he has no lips. You know, no, I'm teasing. I'm full of...
And lumpy appendages
What?
are often torn away.
What is really going on?
Needle-like steps. Facing the desert sun like so much.
You know what's going on.
If none of this makes sense to you, it may already be too late.
It may already be too late.
Too late. May already make sense to you. None of this too late.
None of this makes sense to you. It may already be too late. Ha! And most importantly, the reason we're here.
Live 24 hours a day with, of course, local access periodically. Programming you're about to see will actually accelerate your evolution. 10 lifetimes for viewing.
Aha! I guess you all know that every one of you is watching a different show, and to provide better programming, we are watching you.
What? Norman? Hey! Where am I coming from? How y'all doing? I'm so glad you could be here. I'm aronmsound. Holla, pig-a-looya to ya. And what a beautiful Sunday it is. We are here to enjoy, and I hope you are too. The orchestra's flailing around here. We haven't even dropped the beat yet. They're just having a great time back there. Guys, bring it back a little bit. Bring it back. All right. So glad you... I hope you kicked off your shoes. I don't even have any on, much less socks. So glad you could be here. Smurfity Smurf, so good to see you. You know, it's nice, and I love the fact that we have returning friends. Hey, Lita Caproni! You're good. I understand. If somebody sees you with this kind of insanity on your phone and they're like, why is there a dinosaur? What is going on? What is with the chubby blonde lady? Hi, Lita! Why does he keep repeating something to the effect of,
Cosmicast live 24 hours a day with, of course, local access periodically. Yeah. Programming you're about to see will actually accelerate your evolution.
It will.
10
I swear.
lifetimes for viewing.
I guess you all know that every one of you is watching a different show, and
We
to
all
provide
are
better
watching our own
programming,
different
we
show.
are watching you.
Watch. Norman? All right, what's that about? Oh, what white knuckle tension is this? Let me pull up the chair. Actually, no, before I pull up the chair, and Lita, by the way, thank you for being here. Today we're talking about love. You know, we talked about this a couple different times, but I think today is a good experience. Let me just step in front of the so I can read this. WTF? The fact the Barbie movie is so successful. Why so many men are virgins at the age of 30? No wonder young men don't want anything to do with women. Women are trash. Not all, but most. Ooh, I'd have to disagree with you. I think that there's just a miscommunication, sir, on both sides. We can talk about this, and I know you appreciate Bob. Toxic. Because I figured it out. That's how I know you from. Let me just get comfortable here, Toxic. Whoa, gag me with a spoon and not a small one, of course. Big wooden ones. I know. It's tough to swallow. It's tough to swallow when it's like 8 inches long and you're like... Sorry. Not sorry. It's Sunday. Kick off your shoes. Get what you want. What's happening, and welcome. Welcome into the ministry. By the way, Toxic, do you not have a mod? No, Toxic has a mod. Okay, good. Just want to make sure you didn't get kicked out. Don't kick out mod. Don't kick out. He's a member of the mod squad. You're good. So let me just, I didn't bring the... Hold on. If you're like, is this like a really disturbed version of Mr. Rogers? Yes, 100%. You just got it. I'm having to tell people now because people just don't get the references anymore. What should I wear today? I'm talking about love. Fuck it. I'm going to wear the mushroom jacket. Let's drop this beat in, too. Come on. Hell yeah. No, I know everybody has a different feeling about love. I mean, wooden spoons gagging us. That's a feeling about love. You have a distinct take on it. That is for certain. What am I doing here? Where am I going? Oh, there they are. Come on. I'm not used to doing it on the left side. I've changed some things up. If you want to call in and testify about your feelings about love, or about what you see here, about how you feel about anything, you know I'm always open to that. That's what we're doing here. That's what we do. We testify. We have our perceptions, our experiences. There's nothing more than what we do, than what we say. But today, as I open myself up to you, I welcome you, my friends, to the one and only, to the one and only, to the one and only. Raise your hands, my friends, in testament. We are here together for the one and only ministry of the flying pig. Ah, yeah, let's get him on. Let's get that pig on. Hallelujah to ya. Yeah, that's right. And I'd like to thank Labia, Emily, for bringing it. Hey, fly on by, pig. Fly backwards on by. That's right. That's right. Let's give the pig a little homage. That's you. That's me in here. Whatever the fuck you want it to be, that's what the fuck this is. If you don't understand that the flying pig, it can be Amun-Ra, it can be Baal, it can be you. Because you, as Steinbeck pointed out, are nothing more than the explosive potential of the unrealistic expectations of the world. Ha! Right? Wrong? I don't know. You tell me. I'm here to share with you, my friends. I'm nothing but a lowly minister on Sundays, and this ministry is nothing but a Dadaist expression of insane will of humor and hubris and humility and esoteric enjoyment. Yeah, that pig has a little extra. But that's part of it. That's just part of it. I mean, seriously, that's just part of it. If you're gonna be a pig, be a little bit gluttonous, especially when it comes to love. If you're gonna be gluttonous about life, go on it. Oh, Amun-Ra. That is a early Egyptian, and it actually predates it's somewhere around the Sumerian times. By the way, Toxic, you can 100% control your avatar. Lita. Hey. Oh. Caffeine down the wrong tube. Let me get on the old hands free. All right. There we go. And you know what? Oh, I'm hearing myself and shit. What's going on? Welcome to the Ministry of the Flying Pig, everybody. We're gonna dive into a little observation about what love is today. We're gonna hear from different people. I have a new call-in to testify. I have officially moved over to StreamYard because everybody seems to feel fine about calling into StreamYard. So, there it is. I guess it's just that easy. I want people to testify. Oh, that's the truth. By the way, what key am I in? Hello and welcome on in to the ministry that is you and me. It ain't no religion, it ain't no cult, it ain't no motherfucker staring at your screen lying at you. No, here I am, here to share very specific love with all of y'all. And that love of today starts with Alan Watts. If you're not familiar, the mic's not even on. I'm just singing into a mic because I got it in my hand. That's the beauty of it. Yeah, absolutely. Hold on one second. Now, Alan Watts is a prolific philosopher of the late 20th century. He lived into the early 21st century, and if you're not familiar with him, go ahead and look him up. I don't have time for the ministry to explain everything to y'all asses. Just take off your shoes and relax a while. Forget about all the strangeness in the world, my friend. Right here. Come on. That's hilarious, Doctor. That's an interesting explanation. Orchestra. Come on. Oh. If you're wondering where this is coming from, where this beat comes from, come on. Uncle Bo. I stripped this out of a rehearsal.
Well, now, really, when we go back then to falling in love.
What is falling
in love?
in love?
And say it's crazy. Falling.
It is. Crazy falling.
We don't say rising into love. There is in it the idea of the fall. Taking this ghastly risk is the condition of there being life. You see, for all life is an act of faith. The moment you take a step, you do so on an act of faith because you don't know that the floor is not going to give under your feet.
May
The moment you take a
the
journey,
Gouda,
what an act of
the
faith.
finest of the stanky Gouda,
Any
be
kind
with
of
you.
undertaking in relationship, what an act of faith. You've given yourself up.
And to those
This
who have
is the
just
most
entered,
powerful thing that can be done. Surrender.
may you be welcomed
See, and love is an act of
into the
surrender
world of the
to
ministry of
another
the flying pig, where
Total
you don't
abandonment.
need a religion,
I
you don't
give
need a
myself.
belief, you don't need an ideology.
That's quite mad,
All
because you see,
need
it's
is
letting
a
things get out of
knowledge,
control.
is a
All
feeling
sensible people
of
keep
the
things in
world
control.
around you.
Watch
Just
it.
give in to
Watch it. Watch it.
being
Police,
silly. That's what Sunday's
Security, vigilance.
about. In
Watch it.
Notorious
Guards, watch it.
name and
Who's gonna watch the
B.I.G. in the
guards?
name of Bob. J.R. Bob Dobbs
Actually,
may
what is really
save some
sensible
of you
is
and
to
not
let go,
others.
is to
or
commit
whatever.
oneself, to give oneself
Or
up,
may
and that's
it not
quite
be
mad.
that at all.
So we come to the
You
strange
know,
conclusion
you know.
that in madness lies sanity.
That in madness may lie sanity. And in that sense, if you release unto it, given way to the feelings that are
When you
expressed
fall in
inside
love with
you,
somebody else and you trust them, they may, as a matter of fact, not fulfill your expectations.
this is true.
There will be disappointments and failures and disasters as a result of taking these risks.
And this is part of
It's a
the
gamble.
challenge that I was just about to
But
describe.
that risk has to be taken.
Without question.
The alternative to taking that risk
What would
is
it be?
much worse than trusting and being deceived. Kenosis is a Greek word meaning self-emptying, self-sacrifice, and thereby conferred freedom of will and the power to love human beings. And people who give the power away are tremendously strong personalities, because the more they have given it up, the more they get it. You know, you do this complete let-off
The
of
more
control.
you give it up, the more
It's a lovely,
you
irresponsible
get it.
state to
That
be
is
in.
the truth. The more you give it up, the more you get it. The more you give it up, the more you get it. And that goes back to the whole, like, bees and honey, sugar and coffee. Giving a damn more than less. Being earnest. Toxic. If you're counting the words, were you hearing what was said? May I ask you? Because the words are just a reference to our feelings. And although it may be used more often than not, it could also be used to deny, reverse, or undermine. In the same fashion, context matters. Just like love, how it matters how we share, how we express ourselves to one another, how we find our love for ourselves first, friends. And that's what he's really talking about here. And I love it when I have somebody to speak to.
What I
Many
am
of us predicted it would just
involves
further divide
what you
men and
are.
women, but nobody
If I am
realized
I
the movie
because
would
you are
actually
you,
break us up.
and you are
in
you because
relationships.
I am I.
Oh man, that is I would disagree in many ways. I think that relationships are not bound by media, but they're bound by their interpersonal reactions. And although media does drive some social behaviors, it is not indicative of what drives, but rather the reflection thereof. As art is a reflection of us, arguably, and we can talk about this. By the way, the stream avatars just came up. I highly advise everybody to create your own avatar as I have. I am a horse head who spreads love. You can get him on there, you can control him. If you guys want to battle, I will host a battle. You can gamble right in front of me. This is literal. This is not figurative. These avatars are you. You can hug one another. You can fart on one another. Toxic. You can fart on one another. You're a VR god. Come on. Formerly meme god. Current meme god. Toxic. I give you avatars every week, and only like 2 people have figured it out. Anyways.
Then I am not I, and you are not you.
Shit, only one.
In other words,
only
we are
one,
not separate.
Only one, motherfucker. I'm sorry. That is definitely somebody. Barbie is ending a fucking relationship. Somebody needs to figure some shit out first. I agree with the ladies in the chat about this one.
You know, you can't, for example, have two sticks. You lean two sticks against each other and they stand up because they support each other. Take one away and the other falls. And so in exactly that way, we and our environment and all of us and each other are interdependent systems.
So feminism is a word that means equality. You probably mean radical gender systems, which I would argue about on a different day, because I should be. We'll talk about that like on Wednesday, I think. Today, my friends, because don't forget, the chat's not mine. Toxic, the chat's not mine. I've only dumped one person the entire time I've had in 4.5 months, and I think you were there for it. It's only once. I may actually have to change my main mod if I don't see her soon. Speaking of which, but that's an easy one. That's an easy change, you know. And no, it's not. It won't be Dave. I love Dave, but it won't be Dave. It's clear. It's clear who my next main mod will be. Come on. Ha!
We know who we are in terms of other people. We all lock together. And therefore, that what you call the external world is as much you as your own body.
Now, Toxic, that's something else we could also talk about. And I do agree with you on the Machiavellian systematic tools of urban warfare and or psychological warfare. There's no question about that. No. Embedded in the systems of the obelisk are without question the most Machiavellian devices to undermine our love for selves so that we pit each other against the other, whatever that other may be in our ideology. And this is part of the, differentials, the framing, the disengagement, the disenfranchisement of what might undermine our love for self first and foremost, because then we feel like we're grinding. We're grinding in imaginary cells that were built for us, that were built for us, that were built for us by ourselves before we even got there. Because we bought into a Nike plan, because we bought into a Kronos plan, because we bought into that platinum plan. But it's only us, my friends. These things are endemic of those who would use or abuse, and yes, our power corrupts at some point, which is why we keep an eye on ever-moving change, and there won't be everyone. And in fact, here at the Ministry of the Flying Pig, we believe, like the almighty little unbelievable imaginary flying pig here, that these things are only achieved once for each person, one at a time. And at each phase and at each station of our lives, we choose whether or not to release that flying pig and share it. And we can either be the flower that spreads the seeds one at a time to allow others to free themselves from this metaphoric mental prisons and to find love of ourselves, or we can engage with that fire that is love.
Love is not something that is a sort of rare commodity. Everybody has it. Existence is love. Because you see, in tying up love in knots and becoming incapable of it, you can't destroy this energy. When you won't love and you won't let it out, the thing comes out in the form of self-destruction. So everybody has the force running.
By the way, have some stars,
The
guys.
thing is, first of all, to get it moving.
Can't believe I haven't dropped any stars yet.
To follow whatever kind of love you have in the first place. The first thing then is to discover what indeed you do love.
What do you
If
love?
anything. And you will find there is something.
At all times.
And then go into the nature of that. Now, it's said that selfish people love themselves. I would say that that is really a misunderstanding of the whole thing. If you explore what you love when you say you love yourself, you will make the startling discovery that everything you love is something which you thought was other than yourself. You suddenly discover that yourself is bigger than you thought it was.
Yourself is bigger than you thought it was. But I would argue, actually, about this, just to refer to you here, Toxic, and that fourth wave feminism is not feminism any longer. Feminism stopped being feminism early third wave once it became a radicalized format into what we would have called feminazi. And stream avatar. Oh, that's your little guys down at the bottom of the screen. You are attached to the little dude with the, he's like a kangaroo with teeth right now. But you can completely mod him out and play with him. He can gamble. He can fight the other ones. He can hug them. He can dance. He can fart. It's amazing. Actually, hold on a second. I'll pull mine up. I'll pull mine up. Hold on a second. Yeah, you also have to, for some, I need to take the secondary off this. So what you do is you sign into Google when it asks you to, and you sign in. If you got a YouTube account, it'll take you there. It'll give you attach your YouTube guide to it, and then give it a second, because it takes a second for the avatar to hop up, and it'll say you'll get an avatar soon, waiting for your avatar. And at some point here, in a moment, what the fuck? Oh, there it is. And then it'll give you all the list of all the avatars, show you your points up at the top. There's like 1,000 little avatars that I put in there, including dinosaurs and blockheads that you can change. But every single one of them is adaptable, changeable. You got a leaderboard, you got hats, you got masks. You can change the colors of your guy. But most importantly, you have the remote controls. Well, we could talk about that with the government as well, or anything. I mean, like this, we could focus on anything. The outcomes of these movements that make up a whole lot of humans that are all pretty flawed. Let me see. Let me hug, and the target would be. Where is my target? Oh, the target would be. Hold on a second. Where is he? I think Toxic needs a hug. I'm gonna chase Toxic's avatar and give him a hug. Oh, it doesn't give me choices, does it? Why you gotta use such a long goddamn name? Hold on a second. I'm sorry I'm not looking at the camera, but I'm not Toxic nod. Here, I'm just gonna try to hug at Toxic. Oh yeah, there we go. No, it was like, yep. All right, I got you. Also, I probably want to just fart. Let me just fart right now. Hey, there it is. Here, I'm gonna type the whole name. Toxic Mod Me Angel. All right. You mean equal rights? Yeah, everybody's human. Everybody loves, bro. And the only reason that got had is, look at it this way. If anybody been walking down the street with the tats you have, Toxic, and I'll just make this as an example. If anybody had the tats that you had, they would have been not just called a circus freak, but which you aren't. You're quite intellectual and very smart and creative. You would have been called all kinds of names. All kinds of names. Toxic, I can't see this little tiny thing. Should just sample a fart and use it in a song. Oh, I have. Back in the day. I played a whole song of farts at one point in time. Back in the day when I was just solely on the Subgenius site, that's be where you finds me. In me pirate element. Toxic mod me ein hal and hal done. I can't see for shit, by the way. Let's see if it'll. Oh yeah, now it's gonna go get you. Now he's looking for you. Yeah, I'm like. See, I'm giving you a hug over there. I'm giving you a hug. And now all the love, brilliant. And now your character's happy despite your best efforts. And now I'm gonna dance away frivolously. Yeah, there we go. Gonna dance away. That's what's going on. You're fine. You'll be fine. Toxic says, I used to talk with gay men. He knew in business about 2 gay men raising a kid. None of those men would We down for the modern pride crap. You know, there's a lot of different takes on all that, but we'll talk about that when we're talking about pride on stream as opposed to love. But I appreciate it.
It includes the other. And you can't do without it. This brings about a fundamental change in the understanding.
Honestly,
of
I don't know
the
if that's a
meaning and-
cat. If Dave was here, he could tell you which character. It looks like a kangaroo with squid tentacles and teeth. I think I had multiple kangaroo legs. I'm not really sure. I don't know which way, and it floats. Oh, he's in a Zen floaty position with a baseball bat down. Dope. Whatever that was. So if you want to adjust him, you just hit this link right there and it takes you to the page. And give it a minute. It loads really slowly, but once you're in it, it's pretty good. And you get the controls. The page for the controls is actually called actions instead of like remote control or whatever.
Nature of self. And thereupon, there become a change of attitude to other people. Your love, which is what you are, begins to express itself quite naturally and unaffectedly in a wider way.
Now you may ask, well, how are we going to love? I don't think that's quite the question. It isn't so much how or where are we going to get the love from. We all have it.
We all have it.
It's simply deep down in us bursting to get out. The desire to love and to be loved is, I think, probably the deepest thing that there is in us. Certainly, if the relationship of infancy to the rest of life have any truth in them at all. And so it's a matter of seeing that this deeply repressed love must be let out.
That deeply repressed love, he says must, but I would say should be let out. Speaking of which, love is love. Humanity has very little boundaries, much less the fact that reality is what we make it. We've studied this pretty much every Sunday for the past couple weeks. I appreciate you, Toxic. I really do. And I know you have your, I would love for you to share your points of view this week when it's not testify time, because I'll only have people up that are like ready to like throw down, like maybe like, ha ha, you know what I'm saying. But your guys does, if you ever, but you have a pretty cool kangaroo, by the way, and that'll come back week after week. Like if you never change that shit, it'll always be the same, just so you know. Anyways, where were we? Oh yeah, just a reminder.
Cosmocast live 24 hours a day with, of course, local access periodically. Programming you're about to see will actually accelerate your evolution.
It will.
10 lifetimes per viewing.
I guess you all know that every one of you is watching a different show, and to provide better programming, we are watching you. Watch.
Oh, what gripping white-knuckle tension is this? And what's worse, in the pyramid at the tippy top of the world's tallest corporate tower, it's not a bit festive in the World Control offices of
No.
Sturgeon.
But we're not here to talk about what's not festive. No, my friends, we're here to speak about our love. And I'll check that in a little bit. If you wouldn't mind, Toxic. No, that is actually Shadow Stevens, the one and only. And the most important portion of all this is if you weren't aware what it is that often I do in this environment, it is pretty plain
These
to see that...
scientists call it polyscopic hypnovation, or a state of accelerated, unexpected events taking place in a perpetually delirious assault on the accepted and the unexpected.
What an appalling and dreadful muddle for Norman Jones. Trapped
Yeah,
in
Norman.
a broadcast warp
Yeah,
design.
seriously. So, what are we talking about today? We're talking about how love affects us, what it is that love is. Hey, Dave, I just saw you come up. I apologize. But first, after the apology, yet first...
Love is often described as heartwarming, heart-wrenching, and even heartbreaking.
It's all these
So,
things.
what does the brain have to do with it?
What does it have to do with it?
Everything.
It really
The journey
fucking
from
does.
first spark to last tear is guided by a symphony of neurochemicals and brain systems.
You're always on the right one there, Dave. Oh, testify. On Sundays, it's more of a monologue than a conversation when you call in. You know, just like as if it was an actual
As you
ministry,
begin to
but
fall for someone,
we're a
you may find
Dadaist
yourself
ministry, so,
excessively
you know,
daydreaming about them
it's a little,
and wanting to spend
different.
more and
You
more
can
time
call in and
together.
tell us about how you're
This
feeling.
first stage of
Call
love is
in
what
and tell us
psychologists
how
call
you're
infatuation
responding to the material.
or passionate
Call
love.
in and tell us
Your new
how you
relationship
feel about
can feel
love, but it's
almost
more specific.
intoxicating.
And I'm
And when
happy.
it
All
comes to the
characters
brain,
welcome. All
that's not
characters
far
welcome.
from the truth. Infatuated individuals show increased activation in the ventral tegmental area. The VTA is the reward processing and motivation hub of the brain, firing when you do things like eat a sweet treat, quench your thirst, or in more extreme cases, take drugs of abuse. Activation releases the feel-good neurotransmitter dopamine,
Sure does.
teaching your brain to repeat behaviors in anticipation of receiving the same initial reward. This increased VTA activity is the reason love's not only euphoric, but also draws you towards your new partner. At this first stage, it may be hard.
I'm just wanted to stop real quickly to address that. So does the chat agree that it should be Lita and Tom? I don't know if Tom would want that, actually, particularly. He'd probably, I don't know how, I do not, no. He hates it when I make fun of his, the fact that I call him Fulcanelli. Dave, you want to be the other maid mod? It'll be Lita and you. Ladies and gentlemen, hobos and tramps, cross-eyed mosquitoes and bulligan ants, I stand before you. I sit beside you to tell you something I happen to know a decent amount about. I understand. Sometimes we train ourselves to detest the things that we actually need and want. And that is also part of being human. It's not too unusual. I just heard someone say blah bling. What happened there? Oh shit, is my I'm actually not in the ministry right now. I gotta close the window up. I apologize. I have a new call in if somebody just hopped into the ministry. That's pretty much for just hang out now. I'm gonna try to figure out how do I integrate all that. I will, don't worry. Yeah, oh yeah, thank you. So the call in is actually, I believe that must have been Dave. I'm sorry, Dave. The call in is now through StreamYard. Because it was you. Dave, I apologize. The call-in is through StreamYard if you're okay with that. It's the link is up top here. And I appreciate you calling me because you'd be the very first, you'd be literal first StreamYard call. I'm adapting over because it seems like people really like to call into that one as opposed to Discord. And some people keep getting lost in Discord. Yeah, I think so too. Some of the options are nicer too. I'm also streaming on Twitch right now, back on Twitch. It seems like it's not dragging me like it was in the other version, so let's go. You know, and we can spread the love. Spread the love. Which, by the way, I think this week what I'll figure out, Dave, is how to get Discord fed into OBS, fed into StreamYard, and that'll be fun, because I can put it on one of the other computers. It'll be easy. It won't be that hard, but I just have to do it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm saying. Anyways, back to the ministry. What's most important, that you guys understand what is really happening at all times, because I don't want you to lose focus on the fact that
We scientists call it polyscopic hypnovation, or a state of accelerated, unexpected events taking place in a perpetually delirious assault on the accepted and the unexpected.
This haze is thanks to love's influence on higher cortical brain regions. Some newly infatuated individuals
so I was
show
saying,
increased activity in the
Emperor
brain's
Dave.
cognitive center, the prefrontal cortex. As activation of this region allows us to engage in critical thought and pass judgment, it's not surprising we tend to see new.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go into actually the main. You know what I'll do?
While this
I'll do
first
this
stage of
after
love
the
can be an
show.
intense roller coaster
You are
of
now a
emotions
main
and
mod,
brain
Dave. I'm gonna have to go
activity,
into
it
the
typically only
show
lasts
side,
a few
the
months,
settings.
making way for the more long-lasting stage of love known as attachment, or compassionate love.
Everybody loves attachment. I think. Most people do. Healthy people do. Healthy attachment, not that unhealthy attachment where you're like, I need you at all times. I hear a bloop. Oh my God. Is that Emperor Dave? Oh my God. Hold on, Dave. Hold on. Let me kill the
As
music.
your relationship develops, you may feel more relaxed and committed to your partner, thanks in large part to two hormones. Oxytocin.
Sorry, Dave. You can hear me back there. Oh, it's so exciting. Emperor Dave. And let me just give you the focus here, because I got it on too. Hold, give me 1 second, Dave. Oh, shit. How do I do this? I don't even know how to use this yet, Dave, so I apologize. I'm probably going to totally mess this up. Here we go. 2 on 2. There's that. Yeah, Dave. All right. I'm going to have to make it so it's just a you in there, because once I open up mine, it's going to look like psychedelics all the way. Give me 1 second, Dave. Bringing you in. The call-in audio is on, so we should be able to hear you. Check your mic for me, would you, Dave?
Check.
Oh, I see the audio,
Check.
and now call in. Hold on a second. Oh, did that not? Yeah, that's the StreamYard broadcast. Hold on a second, and let me make sure I have the right one up, by the way. It might have changed. Is that it? There you are, Dave. Ooh, and it's all psychedelic on the left side. What's up? Looking good, Dave. Looking good.
Hi, I'm Dave.
Hi, Dave. Hold on. Let me get into the other one where I'm not super close up. It's all weird. Get down and down. Oh. Call-in audio is still there. Where's the call-in to? There you are. Yeah, there you are, Dave. Awesome. How you doing today, buddy?
I'm fantastic. I just came to testify.
Testify, my friend. What do you got to say about love? I'm so glad you could. By the way, you are literally the exact first person in 13 episodes now to full tilt come up and just call out testifications. Jalapeno to you.
Jalapeno
Yeah, jalapeno to you. Yeah.
Is that kind of like a jalapeno luau?
Yeah, it's jalapeno and labia actually coined it. Yeah, it can be a jalapeno luau. Once you get there, we might have to talk to the pig about that. Yeah.
I was gonna say there's one practice in a luau that I don't think the pig would enjoy.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to agree on that one.
That might not approve.
No, the pig is gonna have a problem at some point with our take on where that ends. Yes, the pit would probably be a problem for them. Yes. All right, but let's not talk about that. Let's talk about love. Let's talk about love, Dave. How are you here to testify or what? What are we talking about, buddy?
Absolutely. Love is a burning flame.
Fuck yeah, let me get you some music.
A fiery ring.
Fuck yeah, say it again. I want to hear it again, buddy. One more time. Give it to us.
I said love
Yeah.
is a burning thing.
Come on.
And it makes everything.
Yeah, buddy. That's what I'm talking about. I love it. I love it, Dave. Thank you. That's what I'm talking about. Audience, if you want to testify, that's what the fuck I'm talking about.
I just thought I'd throw a little testification up in you.
Testification in the absolute varieties of the jalapeno vein. I want to say, by the way, that was wonderful, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. Toxic came up here. He was so serious, he didn't realize. Most of us have had something fun, adult beverage-wise and or otherwise this afternoon. I know Dave doesn't, but he probably is enjoying himself. Something lovely. Yeah.
A nice diet Mountain Dew.
That's what I'm talking about. He didn't go just regular Mountain Dew. He went diet. So come on.
Yeah, gotta watch the figure. Actually, it's out of fear of diabetes. I don't want to become diabetic because I know it sucks.
No, don't do that.
I know people, but out of love, I'm happy to be here.
Oh, thank you, man. You're welcome to be here. It's a wonderful thing for you to testify.
To the congregation, I love you all, and I will pop in from time to time because that's what I do.
Hallelujah to you.
But I'm gonna dip out. I just wanted to pop in and say hi and spread the love.
Oh, I'm patting you on the back right down, or somewhere down there. I don't know what's underneath here. So, yeah, exactly. I'm just going to keep... Oh, sorry. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Need to watch those faces.
Yeah, sorry. You're good. You're good. It is Sunday. You're allowed to be that way, Dave. You're allowed. It's Sunday. Hallelujah to you. Come on. Hold on a second. Hey, before you go, Dave.
Hallelujah.
Hold on a second. Wait, let me get to the right. No, not that one. Hold on. Yeah. No, not that one. No, that's not the one. No, that's it's up here. Is it... Yes, that's the one.
Yeah. I don't know what the one is.
Yeah, no, these are the ones. These are the ones. I'm giving you a groove on your way out. I was giving you the exit music that has the groove.
Oh, it's on that stream, but not in here. I got.
Yeah, you probably can't hear it. I apologize. Oh, is it not coming to you? That's weird. It should be coming to you, but that's weird.
It's coming through now.
Okay. Thank you for testifications, deep testifications. Dave to main modernization, modernity. He's a mod, and so is Lita. Main mods. 2 new main mods. I have to go into the program and do that actually right now. That's what I'm gonna do. I forgot to do that because I was too busy paying attention to his testifications. And thank you for it there, Dave. So we've seen how love can change your brain. But what is love and why the fuck does it matter to us? Well, I'd say, frankly,
there's so much talk of love in our societies.
There's an immense amount of talk
to think
of
that
love.
We must by now know just what it is and why it counts. Love is the excited feeling we get in the presence of someone of unusual accomplishment and talent, great intelligence or beauty for the most part, someone whom we hope will reciprocate our interest and whom we badly want to touch, caress, and one day share our lives with. This definition sounds so plausible and enjoys such powerful cultural endorsement, we are apt to miss another vision of love altogether. This one focused not
Can you
so
imagine
much
that?
on the appreciation of strength as on a tolerance of and kindness towards what is weak and misshapen. According to
not
this
just a
vision,
kindness
we
of
display
anything,
love when,
but
on
a
the way
kindness
home, we come across
of that
an
misshapen
itinerant
possibility.
bride, weather-beaten and dishevelled, and do not for once turn
Ooh, I like
away,
that effect.
and
Look at that
instead
one.
Make the momentous
Ooh, that's the
intimate
call-in,
step
too.
of
Insane.
considering them
You just
as a
got
version
insane.
of ourselves, someone prey to the same passions and distempers, visited by the same longings, upset by similar losses, and worthy of their own share of compassion and tolerance. We show love too when we see a well-dressed person shouting grandly and imperiously.
Love
in an
comes in many
airport,
forms
filled with
and faces, my
self-righteousness,
friends.
apparently
Many
bloated in their
styles
own
and ideas.
self-regard. And we don't dismiss them immediately as insane or entitled, but instead we take the trouble to see the frightened, vulnerable self beneath the bluster, we grow curious as to the sickness of the soul that might be operating just below the surface, and are able to wonder what has hurt them and why they might be so
And you hear this
sick.
question quite often, like, what hurt you?
When we see a small child throwing themselves on the floor in the
But the
aisles
truth
of a
is,
supermarket,
we
shouting
all
that they
carry
want
some
eat
pain,
again
right?
and again. And don't focus only on how inconvenient it is to steer our trolley around them and how piercing and maddening their screams are.
Enjoy your
Also
vitamin
feel
water.
how
I'm
much we
drinking
understand
double
their
dosage of
frustration,
caffeine
and
straight
we
to
want
the
tell
eye.
them that their pain is, in its general form, ours too.
By the way, I like
Rather
Lita
than
has an
celebrate
idea.
the act of love,
We should stop
it's
talking
no
about the
particular
pills.
feat to love someone
Should start
who's
talking
on their
about
best behavior,
multivitamins.
who looks beautiful and moves with grace through the world. What really cries out for attention is the
Yeah, I love
of
Dave
what is
too. Dave is
crooked,
fantastic.
gnarled, damaged, and self-disgusted. In this definition, love is the effort required to imagine oneself more accurately into the life of another human who has not made it in any way easy to admire or even like them. In the Western tradition, it was the man from Nazareth who gave us the most memorable demonstrations of this.
Oh, you're
sort
talking
of
about
love.
straight to the eye?
He
No,
made
I
some
do that before I
glamorous
come
to
on
love
camera. Why do you think they're all
the
red when I
Romans
come on?
and
I'm
the
like,
Greeks, to love the
I just took
prostitute,
4
the
pints of
prisoner,
coffee
and
to
sin,
the eyelids.
to show love to a wretch, a catastrophe, an enemy. To extrapolate from this approach, a truly Christian dating app would not merely highlight the beautiful and the dazzling. It
This
wouldn't
is
allow
true.
us to swipe away every slightly displeasing person at a stroke. It would instead stop us arbitrarily at photographs of hugely challenging figures. Lepers, reprobates.
Oh my
and would
God.
command,
This
with
is
all
true.
the authority of divine intonation, love. Here, where it would feel so natural and so easy to hate or look away, your duty is to love. It's a measure of how far we've forgotten everything to do with this sort of love, how
Yep.
committed we are to love as admiration, that such a command would sound very peculiar and laughable. Yet we might say that nothing is more important than this sort of love, that this is the love that rescues nations from intolerance, that pauses wars, that halts recriminations, calms furies, and that allows civilization to continue.
Yes, because it's not about the easiness of love. It's not about how it just may come. That's the initial fire that we all light. That we have a chance to give it life. To give it life. To give it life. And friends, it's not the fire you light. And it's not the fire in the bonfire. It is the fire you keep care of in the darkest of night and the bluest of flame as the wind blows and you're caught outside. That's love. Hello, Tom Bombadil. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so glad you could join us. I'm so glad you could join us. You just missed Emperor Dave's testifying. The testimonies of Emperor Dave. Hallelujah to you, by the way. Welcome and hallelujah to you. In fact, hold on a second. Just because you're in, let's celebrate with some music. So let me turn that up a little bit, because even I want to hear that. Listen, let's get the groove on. Hold on, sorry. Tom's in here. Come on, let's get the groove on. killing today. True love involves precisely not giving someone what is their due, but giving them instead what they need in order to survive.
And that's the key right there,
To learn more about love, try our book on how to find love.
I'd say that nothing.
And by the way, their books are pretty damn
sort
good.
of love.
But how do you know you found love? And what is love?
Have you been on the lookout for your one and only?
Yeah, have
Has
you?
the one been a subject of your curiosity for long? You've seen it on TV and read all about the notion of love in the classic romance novels. Oh, sweet love. Falling in love is not always easy for some. Enter Rachel and Ross. It's important to state that there is no right or wrong way of knowing whether you're in love, or when you may have found the love of your life. Remember Monica and Chandler? So how do we truly know when we found that special person whom we want to be with for the rest of our lives? With that in mind, here are 10 signs that may mean that you have found the love
There
of
we
your
go,
life.
let's go.
Number 1, your brain experiences changes. Yep, you heard that right. When you are in
That's
love
truth.
and feel like you found the
brain
love of your
changes.
life, you'll experience biochemical reactions. A study carried out at New York Stony Brook University suggests that altered biochemical reactions take place in your brain when you experience real love and genuine attachment. Ready for some biology? When you think about the one, you will experience a surge of dopamine, the happy chemical of your brain. So if you're feeling a rush of happy hormones when you're thinking about or around your partner, then this could be a good indicator that you may have potentially found the one. Number 2, your pronouns may change. Ever been asked to attend an event or RSVP as a couple? How you respond makes a difference. Psychologists at the University of Texas found in their study that those who feel deeply connected to their significant other are more likely to use plural nouns, such as us and we, rather
And
than
it's so nice
singular
when you
we
can
or
use a
I,
we.
when in conversations
Always
or
get
when
you that
responding to others.
seat at the
If
table,
you notice
basically.
an increased use of these pronouns when referring
Especially
to
when the
your
restaurant is
potential,
filled.
the one, this could indicate a deeper connection with your partner. Number 3, they're willing to fight for your relationship. In the words of good old Shakespeare, the course of true love never did run smooth. Research psychologist de Bourbon observes that what sets the one apart from the rest is a willingness to fight for the success of the relationship. Relationships are rarely without their share of difficulties. However, if you can work through relationship issues and repair the cracks, this shows both maturity and willingness to develop the relationship. Your willingness to resolve differences among you can be a sign that you might just have found the one worth fighting for. Number 4, they'll show a willingness to compromise in the relationship. Ever heard the saying, struggle is the key to success? Well, in this case, it's more like sacrifice is the key to success.
Well, struggle and sacrifice could be the
A
same
study
thing,
carried
too,
out
by
by
the way.
psychologists at Kobe University in Japan found that willingness to make certain sacrifices in the relationship was crucial for success. Relationships
Absolutely.
where this kind of behavior was absent or infrequent by either party were less likely to go the distance. If you
Truth.
find that you or your partner are happy to sacrifice and
often,
compromise to ensure a
statement of how
successful
we feel
relationship
about our
without
partner.
sacrificing your own morals or values, then this could mean that they are the one for you. Number 5, they support you. According to psychological research, supporting each other's life dreams, including your long-term goals and ambitions, is a key component of a healthy and lasting relationship. Your the one should look up to you, admire you, and respect you.
Yes,
If your
true.
significant other demonstrates these factors, then they may well be the air quote love of your life. Number 6, they share a growth mindset.
And by the way,
growth
love of your life,
relationship mindset includes
I mean,
beliefs
that could
and
happen
expectations.
several times, by the way. I hate to tell you this. Love is not a magical thing. It is a feeling, an emotion, a character, a chemical in our brain. And life isn't guaranteed. And love isn't guaranteed. No, my friends. No, my friends. It is not. So you may not be together with the same person, but you may find love. Life-worthy love. Love that you can talk about as an expression and an experience and a learning curve that you grew from, that you shared from. You may end up with a friend all your life because you love someone. And at that moment, they were the love of your life. You may have this several times. Because life, as we know, is several turns on the turnstile. It is only what we imagine and what we allow ourselves to be. And that is what I express here for you and me, which makes we.
Means that relationships develop, change, and grow over time. Research consistently finds that people who hold a growth mindset experience relationship benefits, including effective conflict management, constructive ways of dealing with relationship stressors, and can even buffer against relationship demise. Couples who grow together stay together. Number 7.
That is the truth.
You
Couples
are
who
in
grow
sync with
together
each other.
stay together.
How connected do you feel to your significant other? This includes being fully present with that person in both
Fully.
body and mind.
100%
According to psychologists,
plus,
just sitting next
present,
to you for
engaged,
for 15 minutes
caring,
is enough for you to both
empathetic.
sync up. Well, connections are usually felt when you feel seen, heard, valued, respected, and cherished by your partner. So if you feel that these factors are being met, this may mean that you have found the one for you. Number 8. Your goals and values are aligned.
This is a tough one.
Do
A
you
lot of people
share
can't
similar
find this
tastes,
one.
Values and goals with your partner. It's important to state that we don't have to necessarily be the same as our significant other in every
Yep.
sense. If some goals or values are not completely aligned, this does not mean that your partner is not the one for you.
That's the
If you
fact, and
feel
that's a
that
lot of
you're
what's being
working
sold
towards the same
nowadays.
thing and have open discussions about what is important to you both, then this can be an indicator that they are potentially the one for you. Number 9. You have strong physical chemistry. There is no denying that having a tangible physical connection with your partner can suggest that they are the love of your life. Research states that sexual behaviors are a big contributor to a relationship longevity. In fact, it holds a couple together, especially in long-term relationships. So if you feel the urge to engage in sexual intimacy and physical contact with your partner regularly, they could be the one. And number 10.
That's a whole
they
other portion.
understand your love language.
Do you
It's
understand
also
each other's
important
love
for you to
language,
know-
and do you get each other's sexuality in the sense that, like, is it something that you're always turned on because of the smells, the care, and this is something you have to keep up. It's not something that just happens. You have to keep it interesting because after you love each other, love on each other 100 million times, maybe you need to find another avenue for each other to keep each other interested and interesting. And that's real, because that's love. FR, 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 for real, for real, for real. Let's talk about it.
Each other's love language. Doing so leads to increased feelings of love and greater relationship satisfaction.
Rudes!
This gives you the ability to
I love when I see
communicate to your
people
partner
that
how to
aren't in the
meet your
chat
emotional
hiding in the
needs
lurk.
as
I love it.
well
And you
as
got a
best
little,
meet
like,
theirs.
weird, floaty,
If
like,
you feel that your partner
I don't know what
has
that
a
is.
good
It's like a
understanding of your
dog
love
with
language
rabbit
and can
ears
meet your emotional and
and a
communication
tongue.
needs, then this could indicate a good
Awesome.
match. So do you recognize any of these signs? If so, do you think this video helped you identify them? Feel free to leave a comment down below with your thoughts, experiences,
Or not,
suggestions.
because
if you found
this is
video
from the
helpful, be sure to
channel,
hit
by the way, Psych to Go, wonderful channel. You know, it's one of these channels I use a lot for information. But hold on a second. What is love really turning into in the modern day? That's my question. What is it really looking like? Oh.
Balloon Bob. Gang, gang.
Son, I brought home Popeyes for dinner. No, no!
Son!
No, son!
Popeyes!
What did I tell you about watching this?
Popeyes!
Bryce Michael! Bryce Michael, are you
Bryce
okay?
Michael!
No! No!
Spicy.
No. This woman is tearing this family apart. Bryce Michael, give Daddy the phone.
Give him the phone.
Bryce Michael, give me the phone, please.
No, I don't want to.
Give Daddy the phone.
Give him the phone.
Gang.
These hands were grown from me. From boy to man. Only to be tempted by beggars. Con artist waiting to bite the hand that feeds.
Gang. Gang.
Should I have guided you more?
He should have.
Sure.
He should have.
Shown more enthusiasm in your interests.
It's gang.
Oh, my son.
It looks like Nadusha's room. If you don't know who Nadusha is,
I should have told you how valuable you are!
He should have.
Do not be swayed by some succubus!
Yeah.
By some creature!
Yeah, no, don't do that.
Hands out! Palms facing the sun, willing to prey on your misguidance! Misguidance that was my fault!
It was all his fault.
I need more money, Dad.
He needs more money, Dad.
Let you down, Bryce Michael.
Gang.
Ice cream.
I'm so sorry.
Ice cream, yeah.
Gang. Rice! Anyhow. Gang. What is love turning into? What are we really seeing? What are we really learning about love? Well, I know what I'm hoping that you'll learn is that
try not to remember everything coming up. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm happy to announce that we are now broadcasting at your own personal level. Everything you've just seen, and try not to remember everything coming up. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm happy to announce that we are now broadcasting at your own
all over the world that this phenomenon cannot be explained. They say, think about it. Well, maybe we should.
And in one reporter's opinion, I frankly am.
He is.
Let me spank you.
Think about what?
Right now, I take a shot.
This is not mind control. Think about it.
Asshole! You're
All right.
asshole! And you know it!
Over the world that this phenomenon cannot be explained. They say, think about it. Well, maybe we should.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
It's true, Dave. It was all downhill when he got the box.
Welcome back to the show that keeps your mind in mind. If you're just now joining us, what do you say we strap in for a little EV test? We're going to test your evolutionary IQ and find out just where you're coming from. And when we do, we'll be broadcasting to your own personal level. Wiggy Higgins, ladies and gentlemen. Wiggy Higgins.
Thank you.
Now
Thank
remember,
you.
don't look at your hands. Don't worry about them, but
don't look at them.
For the next 30 seconds, try to remember everything you are about to see. Here we go now. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm happy to announce that we are now broadcasting at your own personal level.
I'm David, I'm 31, and I don't have sex.
I'm Natalie, I'm 25, and I am a virgin.
And I'm Brian, and I'm 49, and I am a sex worker. What kind of sex working do you imagine? Like,
Jeez. Like maybe OnlyFans or porn, maybe?
I'm like an OnlyFans chatterbaits kind of sex worker.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you do like OnlyFans stuff?
I'm a stripper.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'm a stripper. I've also escorted, done webcamming, and yeah, so just overall sex worker, I guess.
You want to start off with a shot?
Please?
Oh, yeah.
Cheers.
She's a friend of the friendless for certain. Friend of the friendless for certain.
Okay. What do you picture when you think of a sex worker, and how do I fit that image?
For some reason,
He doesn't. I don't know.
Think of it as,
When I think about sex worker, I'm not thinking about him.
doing it.
Well, you'd probably be right, 90% of the time.
When I'm
What
thinking about
do you
sex
picture
worker,
when
it's
you
definitely.
think of a sex worker?
I'm probably like high
I'm just gonna
heel.
say that when I'm thinking about a sex worker, it's definitely not that haircut. I mean, it's all love. But you know somebody gotta love you. Anyhow.
There's lots of skin showing.
I'm wearing high top Converse.
Do I look like a virgin to you?
No, I would have never guessed you were a virgin.
Oh, really? Why is that?
Because you're attractive and you just kind of seem like the kind of guy that likes to have fun. But I do automatically go to, like, you're choosing not to have sex, maybe because of religion.
I'm not religious. I just haven't taken any actionable steps to do it. I've never been like so bored where it's just like, I have nothing to do. Let me download like Grindr or Tinder or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm also into guys, so.
Okay, cool.
yeah.
I'm into girls too.
Okay, awesome. For me, it's a lack of options. I don't really go out much, and I'm not great at talking to new people.
What have you done sexually?
Nothing at all. Like hugging, holding hands, sharing a bed. Like,
Kissing?
No, not even that.
I've only ever been on one date my whole life.
One date? Stop the presses.
Like when I go.
By the way, just to remind you, this is a virgin talking with a sex worker. Why am I sharing this in the midst of the love? Because I am trying to share the far divide that is actually closer than most people think. It's about expressing oneself and finding just the root of love for oneself. And sometimes it takes a very experienced person to just be like, no, just go for it. Just skin your knees. Just get it all down. Just get into it.
Dating apps or whatever. I'm not really that like pulled by the amount of people on there.
Yeah.
What apps are you on?
Like Tinder.
Back in the day, it was Craigslist, man. You could get laid like crazy on Craigslist.
This is real.
It was like shooting fish in a barrel back then.
Does being a sex worker affect your relationships and private sex life?
Since you're just overly sexualized at work, sometimes you're just not like in the mood once you get home.
Like, you don't get like any jealous partners or anything like that?
Not really. They don't need to know every single detail, and if they did, then they probably would be jealous. But like, they know what I do and they're okay with it. If not, they're not in my life. I was in a long-term relationship, and it ended because of what I do.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was hard, but I love what I do, and anyone who loves me is going to accept that.
Does being a sex worker affect your relationships and private sex life?
Which, by the way, you can feel whatever way you want about her or the sex workers' lives, but the truth is, there is a partner for each of us who's willing and interested and wanting to be a part of our lives for the things that we bring to the table. Not to be there to teach us to be different, not to fix us, but to rather enjoy who we are, which happens to be the healthiest way to have a relationship. The concept that everybody needs to be fixing everybody is a very solipsistic, selfish idea, in my opinion. And as I preach from here, the highest of pulpits, down to the bottom of the trenches of silly, I can only say to you, my friends, that if it wasn't for the ability to reach out across the great divide that really isn't that great and say, yo, you're not that different. Want to hang out? I find you interesting. And then have those people respect and have a reciprocal sense of respect for my oddity
my differences. Friends, 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 friends. This is how we find love, connection, freedom in ourselves to be you and me. Because not everybody's going to be the same. But you can find someone who sees you for you and enjoys you for you and doesn't need you to change. You don't need to put up all that effort. You don't need to put up all the effort beyond. See, if you're doing double duty, because you're supposed to be putting the effort into the relationship, not the crocs, not the cracks. That is having somebody run you around to fix you. Because the fixing takes you. You gotta want to fix yourself in whatever way that is for you. And if somebody else doesn't like you for who you are, let me just say this. It was once said to me when I was a youngster. And I am kind of paraphrasing, but this is basically what was said by a very famous poet. Fuck 'em if they can't take a joke. People like to be offended. You want me to say it again? Fuck 'em if they can't take a joke. People like to be offended. So here's what I have to say. Fuck 'em. They don't get you? Move on. There's more fish in the sea. There's 8 billion of us. In the United States, there's 300 million plus, going on 400 million, friends. If you're having a hard time finding people, you probably haven't walked outside or thrown a stone. Love is our greatest gift in experience. Love is the wow. Love allows for this guy and this haircut. I agree, Dave, 100%. Gang, gang. Gang, gang. 100%. Absolutely. No questions about that one. Gang, gang. Pop, pop, pop. Woo! Ice cream. So spicy. Actually, hold on, sorry. Ice cream's so good. Ice cream's so good. Yes. Sorry, I got a little, I thought I was going off on the... Ice cream's so good. That's love for them. We saw. He's even got the same face I do about that haircut. You know this man has to be married. Or just, what the hell happened? Did they just, were they like, you just go on, you just woke up today? Like today, and the first time this week? Go ahead, just go on camera.
No, it's sort of a different thing.
Are you with someone currently?
Oh yeah, I'm married.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
You know, sometimes the missus will come home and I'll be like, oh, hang on, I'm man-whoring. And she's like, well, knock it off. We got to go do a thing. And I'm like, okay, yeah. I mean, that's, but like, it's
because
not like
love
stand
is
out of
individual.
shape. I'm, like,
Ooh, look at
showing
this.
people my asshole
Little
or whatever.
dragon.
You'd be surprised how many people want to see my asshole. I apparently have a very photogenic asshole.
Oh, I'm so excited. Show me your oral sex skills using a piece of fruit.
Oh, fuck. That's gonna be terrible, but I'll do it.
I kind of want to see how you would eat pussy, but I don't want to put it on camera.
That is what it is, isn't it? Yes, they let whoever loves them cut their hair. That is exactly. Ding, ding, ding. Sorry. I have things for this. Yeah, that's exactly what that... I'm sorry, I never use these ones up here. Sorry, it's way up. Where is it? Where'd it go? I guess I went too far. I always go too far. Anyways.
I'm fine with that. Why not?
Okay. Thank you.
This is gonna be good. Do you want me to say sexy things while you do this? Like, ooh, yeah. Girl.
No, I'm good.
Oh. Ooh, yeah. Oh, that's how you. Oh. What? Getting a little worked up over here. Ooh.
Suck the dick.
Oh, suck the dick. God. It came off. I bit the dick off.
How did that go, Smurfy Smurf?
Okay.
Hold on a second. How did your haircut go? I mean, oh, it was quote unquote beautiful. I'm hoping that you actually later hung it up on the refrigerator. I'm guessing. No. How long did it last for? And I hope you had fun while doing it. Amazing. All right, sorry, I was listening to music. Sometimes that happens.
I'm out of ideas already.
No, you're doing well. You're doing well. It's doing it for me. You just like need to like suck it like a little. That's me personally. You just need to like suck the clit a little more, but that's good.
You're a natural. Are you sure you haven't done that before?
I'm positive I haven't done
Well, you and the banana should have an OnlyFans. Man, I'd subscribe to that shit.
Is that what was going on?
This is a
Gabe,
good. Describe what.
Is that? I did notice you had some hair.
You think sex feels like?
Like eating like a really warm apple pie or something. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought of that as a description personally.
Yeah.
Describe what you think sex feels like.
It's like a shot.
That's a shot?
Yeah.
That one? Okay.
How would you describe sex?
She's so
It's
nice.
kind of in its own category. There's not a good way to replicate it otherwise. Otherwise, people would be at the pie store every second. You know, there'd be a line around the block.
What does it feel like to be penetrated by a penis?
No, you're right. You're right. I see what you're saying now.
Have you ever been scared or in danger while doing sex work?
Yes. I had a situation recently. At first it was great. He came into the club and he would get hours with me in a private room. And when it got scary, he came into the club with a gun. He was convinced that I stole money from him, which I never did.
Holy shit.
And threatened to kill me and my manager. And somehow he got my private phone number. He got my real name. For months, I was scared to go outside of my house.
I'm sorry.
I need a shot.
Yeah, no. Do you want to do one together? Yeah.
What turns you on and what are your kinks?
Ooh.
Ooh.
I really like voices, like the sound of someone's voice.
What kind of voices? What
I
sort
can
of
only
voices?
imagine- I can only
What's
imagine
your
at
song?
25, if you're a virgin at 25, pretty much everything is going to be stimulating you at that point. I like your voice. Boy, the sound of that bird is really, the dog whining is really, oh my God, the coffee pot. Oh. Sorry.
What about Sean Connery?
That's just me.
Does this get you going?
Specifically, I like accents quite a lot.
Yeah?
Yeah, the sound of like if someone were to have
A lot of people have that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you watch porn?
Yes.
What kind of porn do you watch?
Car sex or cosplay porn. I don't watch a lot of porn, but I do like bisexual like group porn, where just like everyone's into everyone.
Like
and,
a gangbang, or?
It doesn't have to be a gangbang. It could be like threesomes or foursomes, you know, like something smaller.
You're very wholesome.
Thanks.
And that's the fact. Love is love is love. Love is love is love. Love is love is love. When it comes down to it, at the end of the day, it's who matches with us, who turns us on, who keeps us going, those that make us feel most at home with them. Love is love. And with that, my friends, I do not keep you for your whole Sunday. This is not an extended stream of any nature, and today we end the sermon off with the one, the only, once again, Alan Watts on Falling in Love.
Well, now really, when we go back then to falling in love and say it's crazy, falling. We don't say rising into love. There is in it the idea of the fall. Taking this ghastly risk is the condition of there being life. You see, for all life is an act of faith. The moment you take a step, you do so on an act of faith because you don't know that the floor is not going to give under your feet. The moment you take a journey, what an act of faith. Any kind of undertaking in relationship, what an act of faith. You've given yourself up. This is the most powerful thing that can be done. Surrender. See, and love is an act of surrender to another person. Total abandonment. I give myself to you. That's quite mad, because you see, it's letting things get out of control. All sensible people keep things in control. Watch it, watch it, watch it. Police, security, vigilance, watch it. Guards, watch it. Who's going to watch the guards? Actually, what is really sensible is to let go, is to commit oneself, to give oneself up, and that's quite mad. So we come to the strange conclusion that in madness lies sanity.
And in that insanity and madness, we find ourselves googly-eyed, simplified,
when you fall in love with somebody else and you trust them
in ourselves,
they may, as a matter of fact, not fulfill your expectations. There will be disappointments and failures and disasters as a result of taking these risks. It's a gamble. But that risk has to be taken. The alternative to taking that risk is much worse than trusting and being deceived.
Yes, because then there is nothing.
Kenosis is a Greek word meaning self-emptying, self-sacrifice, and thereby conferred freedom of will and the power to love human beings. And people who give the power away are tremendously strong personalities, because the more they have given it up, the more they get it.
Love is strength.
You know, you do this complete let-off of control. It's a lovely, irresponsible state to be in.
Love is heroism. Love is courage. Love is uncommon. And love is the most important thing we have to share.
What I am involves what you are. If I am I because you are you, and you are you because I am I, then I am not I and you are not you. In other words, we are not separate. You know, you can't, for example, have two sticks. You lean two sticks against each other and they stand up because they support each other. Take one away and the other falls. And so in exactly that way, we and our environment, and all of us and each other are interdependent systems. We know who we are in terms of other people. We all lock together. And therefore, that what you call the external world is as much you as your own body.
you call the external world, my friends, is as much of you as your own body. And that's why love. Gang, gang. And that's why, my friends, I send you off today with this one simple message. Love is you. And you are love. And together we make this agreement that is all things that we see and experience, and it's our gift. Love is you and I. It makes us from birth. It carries us to death. It returns our spirit. It brings us the experience as richness and wealth. Because money doesn't bring you love. Food doesn't bring you love. Drugs, drinking, they don't bring you love. There's only one source of that. You and I. Hallelujah to it. Hallelujah to you. Hallelujah motherfucking Luya. That, my friends, should be the lesson we all take. That we are our only set of love. That we are our only chance of love. That we are the ones who are loved. So if there's any chance, if there's any being amongst us, if there's any sense that we are to connect, that we are to be loved by others, our love starts with us. Which is why I say, hallelujah to you. May your day be filled with nothing but the most wonderful Sunday experience and love, however that comes to you, that you've ever had. I'm aronmsound. May your Sunday be filled with that love. I send you off into this dance of life. Your Sunday to get your stuff done, whatever that be. And hallelujah to you. Thank you for being here. Once again, I am your lowly minister of the Dadaist ministry in the name of Steinbeck. That which is known as the ministry of the flying pig. And I'm so glad, so proud you could have been here. Because it means that you're interested in taking that singular seed, planting it and seeing the flower grow, watching the bees come and carry that pollen off into the breeze so that in another singular plant and flower may grow, freeing somebody's spirit, whether it's yours or others, one at a time out of that thing we call the obelisk, that mental prison that feeds up to a ben-ben. And yes, at the end of the day, there's nothing else that we can ask but to look up. My friends, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah to you. I'm aronmsound. May you have a wonderful Sunday. Mwah! Peace to you. Be safe or have fun. Whichever comes first. Click.